Hello everybody, if you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. But you're probably new, but anyway, my name's Sam, and most of the time I am in the mountains and hiking and doing stuff for work and fun. That's like my hobby, is hiking and everything in the mountains. And because of my job, I am out traveling all around the state of Colorado, in the mountains mostly, from about June, sometimes May, through September, October time frame, and now we're in November and things are slowing down, which is crazy. I feel like this year went by so quickly, and I did so many things, and I was honestly barely home this summer. Like July, I was only home a total of 15 days, which is crazy, and for 7 of those days we had family staying with us, so I really only had like 7 days at home in July. Anyway, the point is, I love adventure, but I also love being home. Like, I can totally do the whole like dirtbag car camp, hike for miles thing. Like, I love that. That's a huge part of me. But I also love being home. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and I love being home with them, and I love baking, and I've just started learning how to sew and embroider, and all that stuff's a part of me too. So this isn't going to be a cozy at-home day. I am getting some work done. I do work for myself and have my business for about 5.5 years now, which is also crazy to say out loud. Most small businesses last an average of 5 years, so this was like a really huge milestone year for me. But yeah, I have some work and things to get done today, but it's also the season finale of Great British Bake Off, which is so exciting. My husband and I watch it every single week together, and we're pretty sure Jasmine is going to win because she pretty much wins every single week she's on Star Baker almost. But maybe one of the boys will surprise us. But she is really good, but our opinion is that she does very simple things. Like, she doesn't take a lot of risks with her flavors or with her designs or anything. She does simple things really well. I think the last episode where they had to do like the macarons, I think that was the perfect example. Like, she just did a Christmas tree while the guys did all these other big crazy things. So it's very interesting to see how today pans out for that. But I also wanted to make us some chocolate chip cookies to eat while we watch the finale. I thought that would be fun, so I'm going to do that too. And yeah, just have like a cozy few days or maybe a day at home. I do think it's one of those things where it's like, I'm so sorry if you're just here for the mountains. It does feel weird to just be doing at-home things, but being home is such a huge part of my life, and it's something I really enjoy. And one of the things I really dove into this year was not feeling like I only had to be one thing or only fit in this box that I've created for myself. So yeah, we're going to do a few things that I don't normally do. Have to refrigerate for, the recipe said at least 30 minutes, but I'm gonna do them until like 30 minutes before Eric comes home. That way they're really nice and fresh when he gets here. But I'm just gonna eat my lunch and do some work on the computer. I'm editing my last few galleries of the year. I'm on my last elopement gallery, which is crazy. It's so bittersweet. Like, I'm so ready to have some more time and be home, but it's also like, I love my job. I have the best job in the whole world, and I love what I do, and now I don't get to do it again for like a while. I think my next thing that I have booked right now, and this normally changes, but right now it's May, so that's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna eat lunch because I haven't eaten anything yet today, and I'm gonna get this gallery edited, or at least more of it edited. I don't think I'm gonna finish it today, but more of it edited, and then yeah, I'm really excited to watch the finale of Great British Baking Show tonight. It's Sunday now. I spent the rest of Friday working, and yesterday I had the last wedding of 2025, at least as of right now. But we got a new espresso machine. We've currently had our Nespresso for 8 years, which is crazy to say. It was like one of the first Nespressos ever. Like, when we got it, nobody really knew what it was. But yeah, it's definitely on its last legs, and we decided, oh, my hair, need to wash it. We've decided we want to move away from a pod system and do something more like a traditional espresso maker, but we also wanted coffee to be really easy. Both of us kind of like get up and go in the mornings. So we got a super automatic, they're called super automatic espresso makers, and we're going to get it set up. This is what we went with, and you can see all the lovely packing material. It's the DeLonghi Aletta Explore, and it does pretty much everything you can think of. It does cappuccinos, Americanos, It has like over 50 different coffee drinks you can do. It does hot and cold. It does the milk for you too with these little attachments. It has a hot and cold milk attachment.
This is what we get for buying
Refurbished.
There's nicks in the screen already.
So we're gonna get it set up.
Cleaning and maintenance of materials in contact with food. When utilized for the first time or after 3 days without use, clean the appliance and the removable accessories that come into contact with water, coffee, and milk, as indicated in instructions for use. Plugged it in. Now we must turn it on. Wow. Can you see the screen?
I think so.
All right, so now it says fill the water tank.
Yeah, you're definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna help. What are you doing? Wow, look at all the drinks we can choose from. Also, we match gray, blue.
Do you notice my head's
gray,
not there?
Blue, yeah.
It's funny because I'm not short.
Better? Okay. Wow. Okay, let me get our beans. A more traditional espresso machine versus like a Nespresso or like a Keurig or something. It's because we wanted to be able to get beans from our coffee shops and stuff. So this is from one in our neighborhood, and it's roasted on 11/6, so very recently. So we're excited to try. Does it say does it say how much beans to put in? Hello?
Fill the beans container. That's all it says.
Okay, so just fill it. Ooh, those smell really good.
Ooh, those, yeah, super good. I guess just fill it as much as you want, really, right?
Okay, we're getting ready to brew our first coffee. Unfortunately, I don't think we have enough milk, but we'll see how it goes. The instructions do say that you have to brew like a few cups before it tastes the best that it can, but I think we're going to start with a cappuccino. Hot froth tip. For smooth hot froth, use milk or plant-based milk fresh from the refrigerator, which we are. Okay. Cappuccino. Turn the milk frother adjustment to dial max. Oh, preparing your milk. Whoa. Okay, so that milk part worked, but the actual coffee part did not. So we're gonna try, it said reduce intensity and try again. So let's try just espresso. Unfortunately, we're having issues with the machine. It doesn't seem to be doing the grind process properly. So not only have we just wasted a bunch of beans, but now we're trying to figure out what's going on with the machine. So I guess this is just, whoa, life with a more complicated machine. I'm sure it'll be really cool once we get it set up though. Okay, update. We're pretty sure we got it to work. We took things out, cleaned them, and started again. Let's see, we're brewing just a regular, we did a shot of espresso and it worked. And this is a regular cup of coffee. First look at our first full cup of coffee from the machine. The crema is gorgeous. We don't have any milk or anything in that. So let's try it and see. It's definitely like hot. Oh, it's really good. It's not bitter at all. That's gonna be, yeah, that's delicious. Okay, a couple things. One, it's 73 degrees in November and it hasn't snowed yet. That's crazy. And two, I've been finding myself really like spending a lot of time on screens the last few days. Of course, there's a dog drinking water. And I've noticed that when I'm spending a lot of time on screens, it means that like my brain wants to be creative, but it doesn't have a creative outlet. Like when I scroll on TikTok and stuff, I'm thinking of videos that I can make or projects that I want to do or things that I want to bake. And it's taken me a long time to accept that I'm a creative person, which like you'd think with my job I would know that, but I don't or haven't, I guess, really considered myself a creative person, but I love to bake, I love to cook, and I've really been enjoying learning how to sew. So I want to make Christmas presents for my friends this year. One of my friends is really into sourdough. I want to make her some bowl covers. I was thinking tote bags for my other friends. I always do some kind of like homemade Christmas thing. Normally I make like a lot of things like consumable items, like food items. For me, I really enjoy making things. Like I love the time that it takes. I love like that I'm giving people things that they can use up, that they don't have to commit to, that kind of thing. Anyway, but I do want to make them tote bags. I think that would be really cool. I can customize them to each person. So let's go to Michael's. Let's get stuff to make our very first tote bag and see how it goes. Before we go to Michael's, I'm just on Pinterest. I've saved some tote bag inspo and patterns. I'm going to do Sydney Graham's tote bag because that seems like a really good, easy one to start with. So I just want to write down how much fabric I need. I'm also realizing I'm going to need some other things like a sewing mat and like a cutting mat to like measure, and pins and such. Maybe a few more bobbins. I don't really know. Anyway, I always forget that DIY does not mean free. Anybody else see that? I'm like, oh, I'll make it myself. It'll be free. It's not. Nope, that's not how that works. Anyway, all right, here's the measurements that she has for the main fabric, the lining fabric, and the strap fabric. So I'm going to write these down. Okay, back from Michael's. They did not have a wide selection of fabric, as you guys saw, but I did manage to find things for one of my friend's tote bags. I'm going to use this yellow fabric. It's got like little floral print on it for the straps. I think that'll be really cute. The interior is this like map kind of fabric because she enjoys traveling. And then I'm just going to do this canvas duck cloth. For the outside, it was so much cheaper than I was expecting. I looked online and it said the canvas fabric was like $22 a yard, and this is $9. And it was like $15 total for all the fabric I got, which is really great. And I got thread. And then I went to Costco, and I try not to go places on a Friday, and I forgot it was a Friday. And not only is it a Friday, it's a Friday the 14th, so all the military and government people just got paid as well, and I'm sure everybody just got back pay from the government reopening. So the entire world was at Costco. Like, I hate going places on Fridays, I forgot. But I needed some stuff for dinners that we're gonna have this week. But they also had my face moisturizer that I use, which I literally just ran out of today. I was gonna order more online, and then they had it, and it was like 2 for what I paid for 1. So that's very exciting. And yeah, the guy at Michael's who cut the fabric for me, he was so nice. Like sometimes just those like little human interactions. Like I am going to look online for fabric for my other 2 friends' tote bags, but he was so kind, and I was telling him I was nervous because I've never bought fabric as an adult before. I used to buy it like forever ago. My mom would buy it when I was growing up for like costume shooting me or whatever, but I haven't bought any fabric, and he was so nice, and I was telling him I was nervous about making a tote bag, and like I'm very new to sewing, and he said, have you ever heard of something called the Amish footprint, which is basically just like not seeking perfection and finding beauty in the fact that something can look handmade, because you can buy tote bags from stores and they will look perfect, but getting one from your friend, it's so much thought that it's okay if there's some like imperfections or flaws. And I thought that was really nice, and I liked that, and it really helped my perception of it. So I'm not going to be able to start on it today because I do need things like clips. I need, what else do I need? I need clips. I need a cutting mat so I can measure for the tote bag and everything. And they had them at Michael's, but they were really expensive, so I'm going to see if I can find a less expensive one. But yeah, that was a successful trip. I do have some work I still need to get done, so I'm going to get onto that. And yeah, I will catch up with you guys when I start on the tote bag. It's my favorite time of day in our house. Also, our furniture's all moved around because we were supposed to get new windows. These 2 windows are getting replaced. We were supposed to get them today. We've waited almost 3 months for them, and they did them in the wrong color, which we've just had a horrible experience with this window company. Yeah, but anyway, I want to be out here and in the sunshine and not in my office, so I thought, and I want to sew something. My cutting mat isn't going to be here until Tuesday, and I really don't want to do the tote bag measurements without the cutting mat. Oh, the light's kind of weird. Let me move this way. Yeah. The tote bag, I don't want to do the tote bag without like getting the measurements completely right, but I think I can do my bowl covers today, so I'm going to try that. Said to put the bowl on the fabric and then mark 2-inch spots around it, and then we're going to cut the fabric out. That's pretty good. He wants to be held. I never expected when we got cats that we would have such snuggly little orange boys, and he wants to be held right now. So I'm gonna hold him, and then I will come back to the project. I imagine this is what having a toddler is like. I couldn't say for sure though. Okay, now we need to cut it out. This isn't the best rotary cutter, so thankfully, my friend who this is for also has cats, so she won't mind that it might have a cat hair or 2 on it when she gets it. What a very helpful boy. My goodness. My goodness. Meow boy. And iron my fabric. The first circle's cut out, so now I'm going to go around and do the outline for my second one. We're going to be reversible, I guess, which is really cool. I'm using quite a bit of fabric for this. Okay, cool. Let's go. Far. It's more octagonal, hexagonal shape than circular. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to have corners, but again, I'm a beginner and I know it can be so easy when you're new at something to get frustrated or discouraged or to compare your work to other people's. But if there's one thing my job has taught me, it's that you cannot compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. And yes, it is frustrating to have an idea in your head and to not have it come out the way that you expected. But the way I figure it is it's either never get any better and quit or keep trying and get a lot better and be able to do really cool things. So we're going to keep going. Speaking of being a beginner, I'm not really happy with how my outside seam is turning out. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really uneven. I didn't do a good job of keeping the seam allowance. So I'm going to sit here and seam rip it and start over.
I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. This is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This place is amazing.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm actually so glad I spent the time seam ripping it. It probably doesn't look any different, but I got that outside seam done, and I did a much better job keeping it at a 1/2 inch seam allowance. There's some parts where I went to 5/8 by accident, but overall, I'm much happier. So I just need to get some elastic, and then it'll be done. It's the next day now. Eric's putting the curtains back up for me, and I basically finished my little bowl cover. It turned out okay for a first try. I'm a little, like, it's pretty uneven, and it's way more noticeable, the unevenness, than I realized, but this is what it looks like. I definitely can't give it as like a gift, but this part's kind of bunched up in the front. There we go. But yeah, and then also that clothes, that's where but you know, now my friend who makes sourdough, when she makes it, she can put this over it and she'll have cute coverings for her bowls, and maybe it'll help her differentiate which one's which. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm sad I used my cute fabric for a first try because that's like all of this print that I have. So I definitely should have like waited until...
It's a great first try.
I definitely should have waited until I was better, but yeah, there's definitely like this side is so much longer than this side, and yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen because just of how I cut it and everything and how impatient I am, but that is... yeah, that's my first try. But anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. There's definitely going to be more sewing projects and home stuff in the future. And I will get out to the mountains a little bit this winter at least. It just slows down a lot for me in the summer, and that's okay. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.